Hello, welcome back, or welcome for the first time, perhaps. So today's video is about overstimulation. Your kids are in danger of being overstimulated. They probably already are. Now, I know this sounds backwards. How can my kid be overstimulated when we're doing so much less than what they normally do in a typical day? But that's actually kind of the point. So even if your kid has more activity in a typical day at school and with whatever they do, more than you can possibly replicate at home, let's say that, okay? Um, even if they have that, what they don't have right now is variety. So if you think about like a typical school day for them, no matter what their age is, a typical active day of activities, even for the little ones who might not yet be in a regular school format, they most kids are doing a series of different things, right? So if they're of school age, then they're going to school, and then they have after school activities. They might be sports activities, arts activities, different intellectual activities. Then they also have play dates with friends. They might go and do errands with you or interact with the world in some way, garden, household stuff, whatever you have going on. They might play with their siblings. They might try to hurt their siblings, whatever they normally do with their siblings. And there's family time, and then there's some self time stuff, time where they do things by themselves. Probably every day is slightly different in the activities that they do. And even in school, that's true inside schools too. So they'll have a lot of teachers, even if they're in the younger grades and they have one main teacher, they'll have specials, right? They'll have different teachers that teach PE or music or art or STEAM or library or whatever the specials are in your given school. And for younger kids, preschool and earlier, there are all of those things except less of the formal schooling, right? Or no formal schooling, but you still have days of activities going on. And just so you know, homeschoolers also do that. I've been hearing a lot of people refer to what they're doing now with their kids as homeschooling. But as a former homeschooler, homeschooling mom, I can tell you that most homeschooling is not this. Most homeschooling is going out and having lots and lots of activities and different groups and meeting up with all sorts of different people. It's not sitting at a computer screen all day or never leaving the house except for some airing walks. That's not what homeschooling typically is for people. So homeschoolers are in the same boat of really missing a lot of the activities that enrich the school experience for them and finding that they are stuck at home as well. So, no matter who you are and how your day is made up, it is very different now than how it is. And so, what ends up happening is that your kids can be overstimulated in a narrow way. So, instead of having lots of different stimulation, using different senses, using different viewpoints and vantages and perspectives, and just change of scenery, everything is kind of the same. And that can lead to an overstimulation. What that does then most often with kids is it leads to frustration, which leads to temper tantrums or sassy behavior or generally just being difficult. Um, and can also lead to more visible despondency, if you know that word. So, like, kind of not a lot of energy. Someone like Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh, who's just kind of like blah. We see that a lot too with when kids are overstimulated. So what do you do? That's the problem, overstimulation. Great. What's the solution? I'm going to give you the top 5 things that we do when kids are overstimulated. The first thing is alone time, downtime. You don't have to have a school schedule, for example, that is like 9 to 2 every day. You can work on a subject and then take a break and do something, come back and do a subject. So you can have a longer school day with a lot more breaks in between. And that those breaks, you want to be able to really allow your child to do what they need to do, which might be play. So normally we sort of say all work and then play, or whatever it is that you normally do in your household. You might need to really relax that and say, all right, you can play in between these things because you just need it. You need the change of scenery and the change of brain function, and you can do that. Okay, and so allow them to do that. The second thing is energy bursts. So, in between activities, do what's called an energy burst. That might be put on a song and have a little one song dance party. It could be doing 10 jumping jacks. It could be running laps around your house or running laps outside of your house, depending on where you live. It could be doing some burpees. It could be doing, some karate or martial arts, kicking the air, not people. No kicking people. Um, whatever it is, but you want to have a burst of energy, which again will help your mental health if you focus a little on your physical health and doing something to change that perspective for your body and just let it, shake out, whatever that is. A lot of schools are doing that, by the way. They have videos now where they'll show it and there'll be some sort of physical activity. You can do a little obstacle course in your house, excuse me, a short one, and just have people, have your kids run through them. They might practice dribbling a basketball, anything that's physical, that's just a burst of energy. Doesn't have to be long either, and you can do those throughout the day and see how that helps. It can be really helpful to get out some of that excess energy that's turning into overstimulation and then tantrums. Then, the third thing is close eye time. So, if your kid is napping, that's great. But if your kid is not napping, you can still have some close eye time. Close eye time is not the same as napping because you're not falling asleep, but it's just time for you to rest your eyes. We're looking at screens so much more than we were before, and focused in on one space, and so our eyes can get really burnt out, and what we want to do is just give your kids a chance to just rest their eyes. It could be for 10 seconds, it could be for a minute, it could be for 5 minutes. It depends on the age and the personality of your kid. But calling, okay, close eye time is just going to give them a chance to reboot and rest that sense a little bit. Um, the next thing is household activities. So your kid can be active in ways that maybe they weren't before, by helping you out with things. Yes, it means that errand or household activities will take 4 times as long, and they'll never do it the way you want to do it. And that can lead to frustration. So choose this one wisely. But if you have any patience and tolerance left there in your brain, then I would say this could be a really great way to keep them active doing something different. So give them something to clean, give them something to organize, give them something they can have some ownership over. It'll make them feel good, but it's also something different from the normal tasks that they do. And that can be good. You could put on some loud music and everyone just stops what they're doing and does something fun. It could be cooking and baking. It could be that you're going to end up tasting things that are rather disgusting. But it might be that it gives them a way to be creative and just to do something new and different and gives them a break from all of the regular routine of what they're doing. And the final thing I would say is to give your kids some autonomy. So ask them, okay, it seems like I think what's happening here is we're getting overstimulated by all of the stuff that we're focusing on. So let's focus on something else. What would you like to do right now? What do you feel like would be the most helpful thing for you to do right now? Now, know that when you ask that question, you're just asking them their opinion. We're not necessarily saying whatever comes to mind for them is something you will do because kids have some inventive imaginations, and it might be like, I'm going to roller coaster off the roof or something that you're not going to say yes to. And that's okay. You don't have to say yes, but do try to say yes. I mean, obviously, safety first, but other than that, even if it seems like a silly thing to you or something that they won't be able to do, or just, it's something that seems like a bad choice, really consider giving it a try because there is so much right now that they do not have control over, so much. And so it's nice to be able to just help them see if they can come up with a solution that will work for them. Not only will they feel good about that, which is great, but everybody's different. And so trying to find the right thing, sometimes the best person to ask is the child themselves. Okay. And so, it also, if they have buy in to whatever it is, it might be more successful than something you're telling them to do. Anyway, so those are my top 5 things to do with overstimulation. As always, you can message, you can comment below on some other things that have been working for you so that maybe other people can join in on your victories and use them for themselves. And you can also always post a question or contact me through my website, rosecenterforlearning.com. Have a great day and come check out more videos and join us in our COPE group, and the details of that also are below. Thanks. Have a great day.